Vegana presence. Infections and diseases. Programmed by John Ferguson Aditi.
What is a disease?
A disease is any disorder which interferes negatively with the normal functioning of the body, of the living organism.
How does a person get disease?
A person gets a disease when germs enter the body and damage the body cells. These germs can then spread to other people who are exposed to the diseased person. Terms associated with diseases.
What is symptom as applied to diseases?
A symptom is a sign of a disease through which the disease is detected or recognized.
What are pathogens?
Pathogens are disease-causing microorganisms, such as bacteria, fungi, viruses and protozoa.
What is a vector?
A vector is a pest that transmits disease-causing microorganisms from infected species to uninfected species.
What is immunity?
Immunity refers to the body's ability to resist infection by producing disease-fighting substances called antibodies to fight any harmful foreign organisms.
What is immunization?
Immunization refers to the process of introducing special drugs into the body, so that the antibodies in the body can resist or fight against disease-causing microorganisms.
What is vaccination?
Vaccination refers to the process of introducing into the body some weakened or dead pathogens, which cause the body's immune system to produce appropriate antibodies. The substances introduced are called vaccines.
What is drug?
Drug is a chemical substance that affects the body by causing physiological change when taken in or applied to the body. A drug may be used for a medical purpose.
What are some general causes of disease?
General causes of disease include 1. Drinking improperly treated water, or drinking contaminated water. 2. Improper disposal of refuse. 3. Poor personal hygiene. 4. Eating contaminated food. 5. Poor environmental sanitation. 6. Malnutrition.
Give some general ways by which diseases can be prevented.
Diseases can be prevented by 1. Observing personal hygiene. 2. Drinking properly treated clean water. 3. Periodic vaccination against infections. 4. Ensuring proper disposal of refuse. 5. Washing hands before eating. 6. Eating balanced diet. 7. Exercising the body. 8. Emptying the bowels regularly. 9. Classification of diseases. Diseases of humans can be classified under the following. 1. Communicable or infectious diseases. 2. Food and water-borne diseases. 3. Airborne diseases. 4. Sexually transmitted diseases or venereal diseases. These are diseases that are passed on, or spread or transmitted from an infected person to a healthy person, through body contact. Communicable diseases are also called infectious diseases. Some infections and diseases of the communicable diseases are tuberculosis, chickenpox, cerebrospinal meningitis, CSM, whooping cough, measles, leprosy, common cold, influenza, bird flu, Newcastle, scabies and yaws. Disease, tuberculosis. Causative organism, bacterium, called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Method of spread, or transmission. 1. Personal contact. 2. Ear. Symptom. 1. Severe dry cough with blood in sputum. 2. General weight loss. Treatment and prevention. 1. Isolation of infected person. 2. Vaccination with bacillus BCG. 3. Use of antibiotics, such as streptomycin for treatment. 4. Pasteurization of milk. 5. Avoid sleeping in an overcrowded room. 6. Avoid using other people's personal articles. 7. Vaccination. 8. Use of antibiotics for treatment. 9. Avoid sleeping in an overcrowded room. 10. Avoid using other people's personal articles. Disease, chickenpox. Causative organism, virus. Method of spread or transmission. 1. Droplet infection. 2. Personal contact. Symptom. 1. High fever. 2. Pains all over the body. 3. Skin rashes. Treatment and prevention. 1. Vaccination. 2. Use of antibiotics to treat secondary infection. Disease, cerebrospinal meningitis, CSM. Causative organism, bacterium. Method of spread or transmission, droplet infection. Symptom. 1. High fever. 2. Severe headache. 3. Vomiting. 4. Stiff neck. Treatment and prevention. 1. Avoid sleeping in overcrowded room. 2. Isolation of infected person. disease, whooping cough. Causative organism, bacterium. Method of spread or transmission, ear. Symptom, 1. Severe coughing, 2. Eyes become red. Treatment and prevention, vaccination, use of antibiotics for treatment. Disease, measles. Causative organism, virus. Method of spread or transmission, 1. Ear, 2. Personal contact. Symptom, 1. Fever, 2. Runny nose and cough, 3. Skin rashes all over the body. Treatment and prevention, 1. Vaccination, 2. Isolation of patient, 3. Avoid sleeping in overcrowded room, 4. Immunization. Disease, leprosy. Causative organism, bacterium. Method of spread or transmission, 1. Ear, 2. Direct contact over long periods. Symptom, thickened areas of skin. Treatment and prevention, 1. Segregation and isolation of infected person, 2. Use of antibiotics for treatment. Disease, HIV/AIDS. Causative organism, virus. Method of spread or transmission, 1. Sex, 2. Blood transfusion with contaminated blood. Symptom, 1. Weight loss, 2. Profuse sweating, 3. Loss of appetite, 4. Diarrhea. Treatment and prevention, 1. Avoid casual sex, 2. Blood should be screened before transfusion, 3. Avoid using other people's personal items.
What are the general effects of communicable diseases?
1. Infected person is always absent from school. 2. Infected person absents himself or herself from work. 3. High expenses on medication and treatment. 4. Reduction in the labor force. 5. Government spends a lot of money in making drugs available to people infected with communicable disease, such as tuberculosis. Food and waterborne diseases.
What are food and waterborne diseases?
These are diseases that are transmitted through contaminated food and water.
Give some examples of waterborne diseases.
Some food and waterborne diseases are typhoid, cholera, dysentery, bilharzia, guinea worm infestation, etc. some food and waterborne diseases in humans. 1. Disease, typhoid. Causative organisms, bacterium. Mode of spread, contaminated water, contaminated food. Symptoms, mild fever, abdominal pains with constipation, followed by diarrhea. Treatment and prevention, drinking treated water, safe disposal of sewage, use of antibiotics for treatment. Two. Disease, cholera. Causative organisms, bacterium. Mode of spread, contaminated water, contaminated food. Symptoms, diarrhea, vomiting, loss of water from the body, or dehydration. Treatment and prevention, drinking treated water, keep clean environment, use of antibiotics for treatment. Three. Disease, dysentery. Causative organisms, bacterium. Mode of spread, contaminated water, contaminated food. Symptoms, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pains. Treatment and prevention, eat hot and well-cooked food, prepare food under hygienic condition. Four. Disease, Bilharzia. Causative organisms, cystosoma, blood fluke. Mode of spread, contaminated water. Symptoms, blood in urine, skin itching, pains in the lower abdomen. Treatment and prevention, avoid bathing in contaminated water, boil and filter drinking water. Five. Disease, guinea worm. Causative organisms, worm. Mode of spread, contaminated water. Symptoms, the appearance of a painful blister on the leg or arm. The blister bursts and forms a sore, from which a long worm comes out. Treatment and prevention, boil and filter drinking water, provide good drinking water.